What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Chango Unchained, and I am a builder in the cryptosphere.
Nice to meet you. Also, I'm a Jedi and an astronaut all-in-one.
So, when I looked at my YouTube analytics, I found that there are no women that watch my channel, so I decided that I'm going to pivot my channel direction a little bit and have more of a natural conversation with you besides having interviews with projects. So this might be more engaging for you. I hope it is. I polled you guys about what you wanted me to answer to ELI 5 certain crypto concepts. Taxes, haha. How to get pro on crypto taxes, best software and tools. Bitcoin taxes is a really simple piece of software that you just inject an Excel spreadsheet of all of your crypto transactions in, and then it'll spit out your capital gains long-term and short-term. So that's bitcoin.tax. Being good at taxes is a whole other ballgame in and of itself. So lots of times, if you're a full-time employee somewhere earning a salary, you're not going to be able to save that much on taxes. But if you get a 1099 and are a contractor, then you're able to make business expense deductions from your taxes. But if you've made a significant amount of income from your crypto gains, the better option is to spin up an LLC, basically a wealth holding company. Then, depending on what's lower, you could either have your LLC be taxed as a pass-through into your individual, or you could get it taxed as a corporation, at which point you pay a flat corporate tax rate. And then through that wealth holding company, you can deduct business expenses from there. So if you travel to crypto conferences, or if you use subscription services like productivity software on a monthly basis, you could deduct all of that. Tess asks, yield farming? Yield farming, what is it? Yield farming is just a jargony word for earning interest. In the same way that you lock up money in a savings account, you're earning interest, you're earning yield. In DeFi, when you lock up a crypto asset, you can earn interest on it, or yield, and therefore you've become a yield farmer. Jittery Dad asks, fractionalized NFTs. A non-fungible asset is something that cannot be interchangeable with another non-fungible asset on a one-to-one basis. So that being said, fractionalized NFTs is just the idea that one non-fungible asset in a digitized world, I would be able to theoretically split it up to small fractions. I could use those fractions to do different things, like use it for collateral. All Hands on Deck asks, how do I become rich like you? It depends on what you consider rich is. So let's start by defining what it means to be rich. As people who live in the Western world, our quality of life is better than over 90% of the world's population. So in that context, we're all rich. That being said, living in the US, for example, has a relatively high cost of living. So a lot of us are living paycheck to paycheck. The way I would define rich is whether or not you have financial freedom. What do I mean by financially free? By that I mean you don't have debt. Your cost of living is below what you earn. So I'll tell you a story about me. I used to work 9-to-5 jobs, and I really hated it. I'm not someone who likes to be bound within a certain regiment. Having to go to work at 9 a.m. and then getting out by 5 p.m., that kind of thing really
crushed my soul.
And all my life, starting from childhood, I was always a quitter, meaning nothing really caught my attention. My parents tried to make me play piano, as typical Asian parents did. They made me do ballet, and every time I quit, and they let me quit. So growing up, I never had anything that I was truly interested in, that I wanted to master. There was nothing I was passionate about. And so I just lived life that way, that is, until one day I found Bitcoin. And it was at that moment when I knew that this was the thing that I was most interested in, and I could not let it go. The point is, if you find something that just grabs your interest and doesn't let go of you, something that you get so obsessed with, something that you can't help but do, you should pursue that. I fully believe that if you pursue this thing that you're really passionate about, it could be anything. It could be cars, it could be making music, whatever it is, as long as you keep doing it, the universe will conspire to reward you, to allow you to continue doing the thing that you love to do. A lot of people are afraid to take a leap of faith because they're afraid that they cannot sustain themselves financially if they do this thing without getting paid for 2 years, for example. It takes 7 years to master something. But after 7 years of mastering your craft, you will be at the top 2% of the entire population within that niche, and then you become a specialist. The world demands specialists in any field. I truly believe that all of us have a purpose. We're put here to do something, to fulfill something, to express something within us in this lifetime. What is it? That's the question. And it's your job to figure out what that is with the time that you have here on earth. After you've identified what it is and you keep pursuing it for years and years and years and persist, you will be aptly rewarded for it. And that's how you become rich. Okay, the last question I have is from AP Film James. Why are there so many songs about rainbows and what's on the other side? James, there are so many songs about rainbows because sometimes if there's too many clouds, it tends to dim our light. What's on the other side is for you to find out.
That's all for the Q&A. What else do you want to hear from me? Let me know in the comments down below.